Hey, everybody, guess what? We're live. It's Tuesday, and we've got somebody we want you to know all about. I've got Raleigh Keegan with me. We're so excited. I'm really excited to have this chat today. How's it going today?
It's going really good, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't met Raleigh yet, he's a musician. You've opened for a lot of really interesting bands. Okay, one of my favorites, Brothers Osborne. How
Love
was that working with them?
love those guys. I've opened for them a few times, and they're like they're probably my favorite country act. They're just so good.
They're so good.
I really enjoy what they do.
Yes, yes, and then let's go Florida Georgia Line, Thomas Rhett. So, I mean, surely you guys have seen Raleigh. Well, I'll give everybody a tip. When you go to some of these concerts, don't miss the opening acts because to
Yeah,
me, all these other people I just mentioned, at one point, they were the opening acts. So, I think it's really important to see the newer artists because you're going to see them again, I feel like.
yeah, and also you'll miss some gems.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm a gem. I'm just saying, like you will miss. You know, I remember. There's just little things like my friend saw Chris Stapleton in like 2012 maybe, and before he had really taken off, and there was like 30 people there, and he got to go up and meet Chris Stapleton, and like he was like, my name's Duke, and the guy and Chris was like, that's a good name, Duke. Like these memories, you know.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Yeah, so I'm just putting the plug out there, please. I know I've been guilty of it a little bit, but speaking of Chris Stapleton, we have a festival here called Pilgrimage, and Chris Stapleton was at one of the first pilgrimage festivals. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was right before that year that he won all the awards. Same thing. Not a lot of people were standing in front of his stage watching him, but now after the fact, people are like, "Oh man, we saw
Yeah,
him before."
yeah.
He became Entertainer of the Year, Album of the Year. So there you go. There's our plug
Right.
today. Hey, I love your story. I want to let everybody know, just kind of get to know you a little bit. You've overcome a lot. As an adopted mother, wow, your story really hit for me. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I was adopted when I was a baby, and my mom had me when she was in prison, and made the awesome choice for me, to give me up for adoption so I could have a better chance at life. And she did that, and I was adopted like I guess it was a few days after I was born, and I was raised right north of Cincinnati, like 15 minutes north of the river, for those that are familiar. And was just raised by awesome parents who got us involved in everything, including music. And yeah, and it's funny, I actually got to meet my birth mom probably, I guess it would be 3 years ago now, 3 or 4 maybe. And that was a really wild experience, just because we were very similar. It was odd. It was odd. I mean, we looked just like each other. And it was, I think sometimes it wasn't because I felt like something was quote unquote missing. It was kind of like just a genuine curiosity of where I came from. Um, and she ended up being just like a great friend to me before she passed away somewhat recently. And we became like really good friends, and we would talk every now and then or hang out every now and then. And we look just like each other, which is insane.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah. So, anyways, that my story with adoption has just been great because and I think it affects different people different ways. Like, there's not one story that's the same. But for me, it was always, even when I was younger, it was always like a thankfulness of like, oh, I'm thankful that this is my situation when it could have been this.
Right, right. Wow. Wow. So you were an infant when you were adopted, and then how old were you when you got to reconnect and meet your mom,
Oh,
your birth mother?
I guess a few years ago, so like 24, and and we had a relationship for, a few years before she passed away of cancer, but she ended up being like a union pipe fitter. So I didn't know what that meant. So I Googled, it's like a plumber who works with massive pipes. That's what,
Wow.
and she's super thin, tall. Um, it was interesting. I was like, "You're a plumber?" Like, it's like, this is
You
awesome.
didn't exactly follow that path, right? You're like, I'm doing something a little bit different.
Oh man, I couldn't do that. Like, I'm not built for that. Like, I'm built for. But it's interesting. What she always said that her family called her the black sheep of the family, and I totally resonate with that because, like, I just even to do this job, you've got to have some form of, like, walk to the beat of your own drum, because, like, it's not coming from the Midwest, like, it's not a normal thing to be like, what I'm not going to do is get a normal stable job, and I'm going to move to Nashville where the odds are 99.99% chance that I won't make it, but I'm still going to do it because I'm stubborn and this is all I want to do. You kind of have to be a little crazy. And 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 I really resonate with her saying she was the black sheep of the family, because even my wife is like, you don't do social norms well. Like, you don't care anything about these things that other people care about. Like, and that's just the way I am. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, part of that, you have to be that way in order to create your own space in this big, pie called music. You have to be able to create your own space. So part of that I could totally understand. Tell me about your move to Nashville. So how old were you when you decided this is where you got to be?
I was 25 or 26. Um, so recently, I've only been here a few years. And I was a personal trainer, and I was bothered to death by this thing inside me that was like wanting and desiring to create songs. Like, I always say, like, if you have another option to do something else, you should, because, like, this is an incredibly hard career path. It's very rewarding and fun a lot of the time, but, like, it's incredibly hard. So if you're like between music and, like, oh, I could go to law school too, you should probably go to law school. um and but for me, it was like I was nagged to death by this thing inside me, and I started writing songs, and I really caught the bug. I put like 6 songs out as demos, and they kind of worked online on social media, and I really caught the bug. And so, like I told you, like, I'm an all or nothing person, and I'm a little you have to be a little cray to do this thing. My wife and I, we sold our house in Lexington, Kentucky to pay for my first record. And I wouldn't, I mean, I seriously, like, looking back on it now, like, I wouldn't recommend someone do that. Like, I wouldn't, if someone was like, should I sell my house and pay for the record? I would say probably not. Like, I was foolish and young, but it worked. So it's like, I don't know, there's part of this business that's like, if you're not all in, there's just too many people that'll beat
Yeah.
that'll beat you out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. True. Wow. Well, let's talk about music. You have a new song that recently came out. Is that the one you're going to perform for us? You have the new song Handyman?
I do have a new song, Handyman, but I was gonna play a brand new one for you.
Oh, well, well, hey, we'll take the brand new one.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk real quick about Handyman because I love what you did with that song. You ended up helping Habitat for Humanity, which I think is such incredible. Tell us about how that came about.
So, like, with each song, me and my team try to be creative about how we can both, get the music out there, but, like, just how we can get communities involved in general. Because I think, what is music without people? Like, it's nothing. So, I just thought it was a great opportunity, because the song is all about fixing things. It's not really about fixing a house. It's really about not being able to fix yourself. But it kind of, like, coincided with this Habitat for Humanity thing, and it was like one of the better experiences I've had in a long time, because the single woman that we built the house for, was just so grateful and sweet, and I got to play for them, and I don't know, just like it was just like a spirit lifting type of thing. It was just really, really a good day, and also like a weird, fun way to promote a song, you know?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I was reading about that. So we're not going to talk about that one anymore. You have a brand new song. I hadn't even heard about this yet. So tell me about the new song.
Cool. So this song's called Drink for That, and it's like as summary of a song as I can create.
Well,
And
we all need a little bit of summer, and it's 90 degrees around here. So
it's
it's
93.
definitely summer.
Yes. Do you want me to play it now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll play it on guitar for you. And I'm pretty sure I've never played this, so this is the first
Oh, nice. We're getting a preview.
preview. Here we go. It's
Exclusive, right?
called Drink for That. Yeah.
All right.
Saw you from across the room, dancing with your friends, singing like you always do. When you're a few sips in, we'd always laugh about that night, me choking on that red wine to impress you. Now I just wish we'll always have one man cold. The sun sets down in Mexico, cold beer in the neon, whiskey when our team's on. But I just can't seem to fill the glass with anything to get me past your goodbye and wanting you back. 'Cause they don't make a drink for that. Need a pair of new blue jeans. Ain't gotta look too far, but no one's ever wrote a book on where you're supposed to go to love to heal love. I know it ain't in a bar, we'll always have rum and coke. The sun sets down in Mexico. But I just can't seem to fill the glass with anything to get me past your goodbye and wanting you back. 'Cause they don't make a drink for that. They don't make a drink for that. We'll always have cheap champagne for New Year's in the rain, and we'll always have rum and coke. The sun sets down Mexico, cold beer in the neon, whiskey when our team's on. But I just can't seem to fill a glass with anything to get me past your goodbye. They don't make a drink for that. They don't make a drink for that. Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I can't believe we got to hear that first. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So is that a song you recently wrote? Tell me more about that.
I wrote it in 2019. So I started a record with my co-producer Ryan Gore, and Ryan's done, he's been on Casey Musgrave's first two records. He did Brothers Osborne's first. He's done a lot.
He worked with Old Dominion as well, right?
Yeah, he did. Old Dominion, and he co-produces John Party. So we started this in 2019, late
Wow.
2019, and they're just now all, kind of coming out. So 5 or 6 of them are out now. And there's 13. So that's a lot. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, tell everybody, what do you got coming up this summer? You have any shows, or are you waiting till the fall? What's coming up for you?
I've got a few festivals that we'll be putting on, like my website, RaleighKeegan.com, and all my social media as well, which is at Raleigh Keegan. So no, it's starting in the summer. I mean, I feel like the vaccine's changing the game. It's for our industry, and people are starting to feel more comfortable. A lot of it too was like the regulations all the venues had to go through. Like it was like
Right.
it didn't make sense. Like it didn't make sense for them to open. You know what I'm saying? So now I think if they can get more people in there because of the vaccine, then it'll work for everybody.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys, please go check it out. Raleigh, man, thanks for joining us this afternoon. It was great to catch up with you. Hopefully, I'll get to see you live. I miss live music so much. This is great, and I've loved being able to do this and have you play a song for us. But there's something about standing and listening to that live music in person.
Yes, I know. Someday, soon. It's coming soon.
Soon, soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for
Thank you.
joining us, everybody. We will be back soon. Bye.